Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Randy Haryadi and today I will tell you the story about an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge by Ambrose Bierce. So today let's start the story. The story begins on a railroad bridge in northern Alabama during the Civil War. A man, Peyton Farquhar, stands on a loose plank, his hands bound and a rope around his neck. He is surrounded by federal soldiers, two privates, a sergeant, and a captain, all silent and motionless. On the riverbank, a company of infantry and a brass cannon are positioned, creating a formal and solemn atmosphere. Farquhar, a civilian planter of about 35, looks at the swirling water below, and his thoughts are interrupted by the ticking of his watch, which sound unnervingly loud and slow. He closes his eyes to focus on his wife and children, and a thought of escape flashes through his mind just as the captain gives a signal. The narrative shifts backwards to explain how Farquhar ended up in this predicament. We learn that he is a wealthy and respected planter who is passionate supporter of the Confederacy. Prevented from joining the army, he seeks other ways to contribute. One evening, a soldier rides up to his home, asking for water. The man, who is actually a federal scout, informs Farquhar that the Yankees are repairing the railroad and have built a stockade at Owl Creek Bridge, where anyone caught interfering will be hanged. The scout casually mentions that a large amount of driftwood has accumulated against the bridge pier and that it would burn like tow. This seemingly harmless piece of information plants the idea of sabotage in Farquhar's mind. The story returns to the moment of the execution as Farquhar falls. He loses consciousness but awakens to the sharp pain of the rope and the sensation of suffocation. Miraculously, he feels the rope breaks and finds himself in the water. With a superhuman effort, he managed to free his hand and tear off the noose. He rises to the surface, his sense preternaturally sharp, noticing every detail from the veins on a leaf to the prismatic colors in dewdrops. He sees the soldiers on the bridge pointing and gesticulating. They fire at him, but he skillfully evades their shots. Even a volley commanded by a lieutenant and a blast from the cannon. The current catches him, and he is spun around in a vortex before being thrown onto a gravel bank. Saved from view, he weeps with relief, marveling at the beauty of the pebbles and the forest. He then flees into the woods. Traveling all day and night, the journey feels long and strange. The forest seems endless. The stars appear in unfamiliar constellations, and he feels pain in his neck, but is driven by thought of his family. Finally, he sees his home bathed in the morning sunlight, his wife, beautiful and full of joy, waits for him and he rushes to embrace her. He feels a stunning blow to the back of his neck, and everything turns to the darkness. The final, brutal sentence of the story reveals that his entire escape was a hallucination. Peyton Farquhar was dead, his body with a broken neck swirling gently from side to side beneath the timbers of the Owl Creek Bridge. The entire elaborate journey, the miraculous survival, the rise of freedom, the emotional reunion with his wife, all occurred in a single fatal instant. I think that's enough for me. That story is finished, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you guys. See you next later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.